Hello students, today I am going to discuss about bricks. So what is bricks? So bricks are obtained by this molding the clay in rectangular blocks of uniform size, then by drying and burning them in the clay is called bricks. So the bricks are obtained by molding the clay in rectangular blocks of uniform size. So the uniform size of the bricks is 190 into 90 into 90 mm. This is the standard size of the bricks. So the molding the clay in rectangular blocks of uniform size, and then by drying these bricks and by direct sun or by any drying methods and burning these blocks in clay is known as bricks. So these bricks are used for the purpose of construction of walls, roofs, then and also act as a coarse aggregate for the construction of foundations, underfloors, etc. So now I am going to discuss about the chemical composition of brick earth. Not brick, it's for brick earth. So first composition is alumina or clay. Second composition is silica or sand. Third composition is silt. And the fourth composition is iron oxide. And the fifth composition is magnesia. And the sixth composition is lime. And the seventh composition is sodium potash. So these are the chemical composition of brick earth. So the alumina or clay of 20 to 30% by weight, and silica or sand is of 35 to 50% by weight, and silt is of 20 to 25% by weight. Iron oxide, magnesia, lime and sodium potash is of 1 to 2% of weight. So what is made by this 20 to 30% of by weight? So if we take 1 kg of brick earth, 1 kg of brick earth, there 20 to 30%. 20 to 30% means 200 gram to 300 gram is of this alumina or clay. So now I am going to discuss about this harmful ingredients of this brick earth. So if some ingredients are present in this brick earth, it is harmful to the bricks. So what are the ingredients? The first one is the limestone and canker noodles. And the second one is the alkalis, and the third one is the pebbles of stone and gravel, and the fourth one is iron pyrites, and the fifth one is calor or ray, and the sixth one is the vegetation and organic matter. Let's see one by one. So first one, limestone and canker noodles. So if this limestone is present in the brick earth, not brick, if it is in the present, limestone is present in the brick earth, what happens is this limestone is converted to lime. This limestone is then heated, it is converted to lime. So what happens is this limestone is converted to lime. This lime absorbs the water and it gets swells. This lime absorbs the water and it gets swells. So due to this process, the brick get broken into pieces and it gets splitted. So the lime is essential in the brick earth, but limestone is not essential. So limestone is added, or limestone should be presented in the free state, not in lumps. It should be in free state, not in lumps. So next one is the alkalis. Is also a harmful ingredient for brick earth. So this alkalis, what is alkalis? Alkalis is a base. It is a base. It acts with acid. It acts with acid and it is mixed with. If it is mixed with acid, it also acts with acid and forms salt and water. That is known as this alkalis. So this alkalis, when present in this brick earth, not brick, when present in this brick earth, what happens is the this brick get deteriorated. So deteriorated, or it get splitted or damaged. So when these alkalis are present, then also some process also happens. that is efflorescence happens. Efflorescence means white patches are formed on the surface of the brick. So what happens is, due to this alkalis, the water are absorbed from the atmosphere. So due to this process, this white patches will be formed on the surface of the brick. So this process is known as, white patches is known as efflorescence. So this is also a harmful ingredient of the brick earth. So next one is pebbles of stone and gravel. If pebbles of stone and gravel is present in the brick earth, what happens is the uniformity will be disturbed. So next is iron pyrites. So if iron pyrites is present in the brick will get decomposed as well as it oxidized, and due to this it gets splittered. The brick will be get splittered. So color, next harmful ingredients of this brick earth is color or ray. So due to this color or ray, what happens is this gets splittered. That is also what it consists of. The color or ray means it consists of sulfate of soda and carbonate of soda. Carbonate of soda as well as sulfate of soda. Due to this, it gets splittered. Then vegetation and organic matter. So if vegetable matter or organic matter is present in the brick earth, the porous brick is formed. So this is all about harmful ingredients of brick earth. So next, what is the size of the brick earth and what is the weight of the brick? So size of the brick is, already I told you, standard size of the brick is 90 into 90 into 90 mm in India. So this when mortar is used in the joint, the size of the brick is 200 into 100 into 100 mm. So the weight of the brick is 30 to 35 Newton. That is 3 to 3.5 kg. So this is the size and weight of the brick. So next topic is defect of bricks. So what are the defects of bricks? Means overburning of bricks, underburning of bricks, black core, crack, spots, blisters. So if the brick is overburned, it loses its shape. If the brick is underburned, it loses its strength, that is compressive strength. So next one is the black core. So if bituminous material or carbon is present in the brick earth, not brick earth, if it is present in the brick, what happens is black core is formed. So if the brick earth contains lumps of lime and if it absorbs water, crack will be formed. Then if the brick earth contains sulfide, if it contains bituminous material or carbon, that is black core. If it is contains sulfide, the spots will be formed. So if during molding process, if air is immersed in the brick earth, then blisters will be formed. So this is about defects of bricks. So next topic I am going to discuss is requirements of brick. Requirements of brick. What are the requirements of brick? So the brick should be homogeneous. The brick should be homogeneous and it should have proper proportion of sand, silt and clay. Then the standard size will be maintained. It should be free from lumps of canker and lime, and it should be free from pebbles of stone, and it should be free from color or ray, and it should be free from vegetable matter and organic matter, and it should free from alkalis. So these are the requirements of good brick earth. Thank you.